Taking a good sexual history is one of the most challenging clinician and patient interactions. It's challenging because the social communication frames that we have for talking about sex are often either considered rude or crude, or are legalistic and euphemistic. So taking a clinical sexual history means that we have to develop a new frame for talking about sex. Teaching comfort in taking a sexual history needs practice in using the language, in reducing the emotional discomfort about having sexually related conversations. It has a cognitive and an affective or emotional component. In the past, we have used student pairs with one student playing the clinician and one playing the patient. Because neither is usually experienced, we call this a blind leading the blind experience. So to provide the crucial feedback and learning component, we've developed the UfaceMe app to provide practice and feedback to health students learning to take sexual histories. In the app, students use sexual histories that have been provided to them of varying difficulty and complexity levels, and a special camera prism that allows them both to see themselves on a split screen. After the interview, they review the 10 or 12-minute tape together and then rate it using a clicker on a number of keyword scales, for example, comfortable, uncomfortable, and can also review it with their supervisor synchronously or in some cases asynchronously online. The feedback provided is both visual and verbal of both participants and provides feedback of both positive approaches and approaches that may be improved. The app also provides a safe and comfortable space to practice sexual history taking, get feedback from teachers and supervisors, and indeed peers, and improve sexual history taking through successive practice. Sexual history taking is a required skill for clinicians. Even if you're not planning on working in the area, you still need to have the skill to take a history to make an appropriate referral. There are also many positive transfers to other difficult histories that clinicians may need to take. The goals of the combined Essentials of Clinical Management in the Sexual Health course, which follows it in May, are to introduce the simple basics for the ECM and follow them with more details as the sexual health course proceeds. The UfaceMe app gives us the chance to develop these skills in a safe space with visual and graphic feedback, and for supervisors and indeed colleagues to provide helpful supervision and feedback and evaluation, as well as to monitor improvement in performance that students can see and appreciate. It is not graded.
Improving interviewing skills with app-related learning. Connection or communication breakdown. Let's have a conversation face-to-face. Do we listen to each other, understand each other, or even realize how and why we are reacting? The UfaceMe experience is a breakthrough in face-to-face communications, and this will be a conversation like no other. It takes two. Imagine two people engaged in a technology-based, yet face-to-face experience that brings about mutual and self-understanding, conflict resolution, learning through practice, behavioral change, and relating to others more effectively. You can pinpoint issues and experience aha moments. This relational tool uses video and technology for experimental learning. Relate and record. A special camera records the conversation between the two partners side by side. Respond privately. Each participant reviews the conversation, and each independently responds via keypad at intervals to specific questions about their feelings. Their measurements are graphed. Review. The participants see themselves. They can go back to any particular moment to review harmony, disconnect, viewpoints, and feelings, and talk about it. UfaceMe works in any setting from academic and professional training to personal relationships and therapy. It can be fun, surprising, engaging, and you'll want to do it again to get feedback on your interaction. We're now engaging medical students in learning how to effectively and empathetically interview patients for their personal sexual histories. These are potentially awkward situations. The student will need to learn the task and acquire the skills. Using a brief provided sexual history script with patient profile, each dyad of students role-play patient to doctor and then switch roles. Here are a few student responses after one UfaceMe session.
I thought I felt calm, but I actually didn't look like it at all.
It was really valuable for me to work through these moments when perceptions between me and my partner were different.
I felt talking about certain points in the conversation was very helpful.
It was a benefit to focus on particular points of the conversation.
What's next? When people experience several UfaceMe sessions, understanding and interaction skills have been shown to improve. In the meantime, how would you apply what you've learned? Study your report graphs to see your viewpoints unfold. Clarify what you were thinking. Share what you've both learned. Write down what you've learned and what next steps you plan to take. What will you do differently or the same? What will you talk about next?